Dope Dealers Podcast. Welcome, 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 everyone. Episode 98. It's great. We on 98. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 2020, yeah, it's another year, second week of the year, second podcast of the year. Glad to be here. Tobe Hixx, your co-host at Tobe Hixx, Tobehixx. Today, Jamal is representing the Dope Dealers Podcast. He is at the Bad Boys movie premiere, hanging out with all his Philly folks, Will Smith, Charlie Mack, Michael Blackson, Kevin Hart. Everybody's out there for the Bad Boys movies premiere. So I had to hold down the fort for him. Yeah, had to hold down the fort for Jamal. And today I have a special guest host. She's been here before, had a wonderful episode here before, and we knew it'd be a lot of fun to have her back. I guess we can go ahead and say this again. It's always so funny to me. Our guest host today is Jamal's first girlfriend when he moved to LA. That's their claim to fame. They knew each other way back then, reconnected. She came on the podcast. Now she's taking a nigga's place. Well, this is remarkable how things will work out. But very funny lady. Yeah. When her and Jamal was together, she wasn't doing comedy, and after they broke up, she started doing comedy. So I was gonna let her tell y'all that, but I figured it'd be more funnier if I said it first before I brought her in. Just tell her business and shit. For the people who didn't hear the last episode when she was on it, that was about, man, that must have been about 30 episodes ago. Yeah. We're making progress. I was looking through the old episodes, and I was like, damn, it's been that long since so-and-so was on here. And we still got so many people to get to. We're getting close to 100. So some of our friends, we were waiting until we got to 100. So, some people didn't want to come on unless it felt real solidified. They didn't want to make sure we just wasn't going to be doing some shit and then next week be done. And they didn't came on for nothing. So now everybody know, since we on 98, that we ain't going nowhere and ain't fucking around with this shit. Dope Dealer Podcast. With all that being said, I'm going to bring in your co-host, your guest co-host today. Like I said, Jamal's first girlfriend in Los Angeles, 20 years ago. Yeah, Jamal been here for 20 years. Yeah, we just did his 20 year in LA, surviving that shit. And his first girlfriend, put your hands together and give a warm, I said put your hands together like we was at the club. Yeah, like she could hear motherfuckers clapping. Nah, but give a warm Dope Dealers welcome to Anna Jean, everybody.
What's up? Thank you.
Welcome, Anna. We're glad to have you back. Glad you could take Jamal's spot since he hanging out with all the rich folks tonight.
Right?
The real rich folks.
What? Kevin's gonna be there?
Everybody
I'm
gonna be
so
there.
jealous.
Everybody gonna be there at the Bad Boys premiere tonight. Jamal is in good company and
Lucky.
yeah, representing Dope Dealers Podcast. He's gonna have a great time tonight. He's going to like 3 different events. Yeah, he's gonna be hanging out tonight.
I mean, he didn't have any extra tickets for us. I mean, come on, Jamal. Jamal, what you doing? Like, seriously.
Jamal, when it comes to shit like that, we'll see the pictures.
Yeah, we'll see it.
No, that's my guy. He's gonna have a good time tonight. He's been looking forward to it too. Shout out to
and
Jamal.
Bad Boy 3? What?
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that should be really enjoyable coming out Friday. And everybody support Bad Boys 3. Go out to the movie theaters on Friday or Saturday. Get your tickets this first weekend. Help those numbers the way you do when other shit comes out. Let's go out and support this movie. You can't even get no bootlegs no more. So I think that shit really slowed down. I mean, I haven't seen anybody come in the barbershop with a bootleg in years. So
No, I've seen bootlegs. I just went home to Brooklyn and we still have,
niggas still doing bootleg?
Hell yeah. That's what I said when I saw them. I was like, do we even have stuff to play this?
Yeah, I don't even own the
It's now decoration. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't own I don't own
yeah,
nothing to play anything on.
that's what I was saying. I was like, so who's getting all these films? Because I do want to see about 3 of them, but
So they still okay.
like,
So
what's
they
up?
still on the East Coast. They still doing that
Oh yeah,
shit.
Brooklyn's still hustling.
Yeah, and I can see that shit in Brooklyn. It gets so cold. Yeah, you still got them old machines. Niggas probably still got VCRs in Brooklyn because it's just cold and you just keep shit.
Yeah,
Cause it be so
still
cold.
in the
If you don't
basement.
throw that shit
Yeah,
away in the summer, you're not gonna throw it away in the winter
yeah, no.
because you ain't gonna make no trip outside like throwing away old shit. That shit, if you don't get rid of it in the spring or
Hmm.
summer, it's there for the rest of the year.
And also New York is different because we have basements. Like out here,
Yeah, that's
there's no
how it is in the
basements.
Midwest from
Yeah,
Nebraska where I'm from. Yeah, we had basements. We used to have to go down there when the tornadoes came.
damn.
Yeah, everybody back there, they always say, man, I don't know how you in California with them earthquakes. And then everybody out here is like, I don't know how you came from Nebraska with them tornadoes. So it don't
Ain't
matter.
no earthquakes in LA. Thank you.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh no, no, I'm sorry.
You
Let me take
felt
that back. Yeah,
yeah,
there's
you felt
earthquakes,
the last one right,
but
didn't you?
okay. First, let me correct something. I'm from Haiti.
Oh, you mean no
Yeah.
real
So
earthquake.
yeah.
You haven't
So our
experienced the
earthquakes
real
be
one.
like, yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
Well, see, you wasn't here back in the 90s when they had the big one. You heard about the one in
no.
Northridge, right?
LA earthquake is like a super, super, super fat person falling, and that is it. That is just some
Well,
little bit of
we've
rumbling,
been fortunate. I will
people
agree. Like
moving, looking around, like what
the
happened.
last earthquake is the first time that I really felt some shaking. The last time, so I
Well, that's
will,
what I'm saying.
I will agree
Just
with you
some
on that.
shaking. That's it. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it woke
I do
me
that
up.
when
I
I
mean,
sneeze.
it was bad, you know. But other times I slept through the earthquake since I lived in L.A. So,
Yeah.
also I forgot to give a shout out to the troops, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the
Hmm.
Bloods, the Crips, and the SAs. And especially to all the troops in the Middle East, be safe. We are praying for you over here. I know everybody say that shit, but we definitely are. Because, you know, especially the ones that just went out there, you know, just getting there and experiencing this shit and got shocked on New Year's Eve by the president saying, pack your shit up and go to the Middle East. To y'all, I know y'all just getting acclimated to everything. So we praying for y'all. Be safe. Get
Hmm.
back. Put in the work that you need to and take care of yourselves over there.
Yeah. God bless. Many,
Yeah,
many
yeah,
prayers over there. Also, I like to shout out my country, Haiti, who's always in turmoil, but we're keeping it in prayers. So to
yeah,
my Haitian people, stay up.
yeah,
Many, many
man.
prayers.
And so, what's been happening with you? I mean, I know, you know, things have been, the career's been moving. I see you all over the place. That's good. Tell us what's happening.
Well, besides me taking Jamal's jobs and me almost dying,
Yeah, I know. I mean, so yeah, tell everyone about the car accident. I mean, I seen that, and I'm just so grateful that you know you're not. I mean, it's a
dead.
true blessing, yeah, that you. Yes, I mean, tell everybody what. And it was last week, right?
A couple weeks ago, yeah, I almost died in a car accident. I was driving, about to switch lanes. This other car was coming in, so I tried to go back, but he clipped me, spun me, and then I started to spin 180, came in contact with another car, and then they finished helping me continue to spin. They went another way,
Wow.
hit the wall, facing the opposite way of traffic.
Uh-huh.
So I'm actually thankful, kind of, for them because if not, then I would have been facing the opposite. But I was still in the middle of the street. They made it off to the shoulder.
Hmm.
So cars were just still coming at me, zipping by, trying to maneuver around me, and I was just spinning like, alrighty, I guess. Okay.
Damn.
I just felt like I don't know, my guardian angel was like, who that sexy lady? Where's Anna? Where's? Oh, there she. Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
It was a. I don't even know how I survived it. So
And so,
no broken bones. Nobody died. No one had broken bones. No bloodshed. No nothing.
so
It's just
nobody else was injured.
no one was injured. Yeah,
How like is your car totaled?
their car is totaled. Well, okay, so it was 3 cars. The first car got away. The third car is totaled. Mine's got banged up and is currently with the insurance and stuff. So
So it's in the shop.
yeah,
Man, so somebody took off?
yeah, yeah. We couldn't find the
Damn.
They left a nice mark on my back to let me know, hey, I was here. Like tap me, like, hey, I was here in case if you wanted to know. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm really shocked at the amount of like hit and runs I hear, you know, where people just hit somebody and take off. I mean,
Because insurance is
Only time I
expensive,
hit somebody and took off, I had dope and guns in the car. So,
and that also could have been a
Yeah,
reason.
but I mean, I don't think everybody has dope and guns in the
Everybody got
car.
dope and guns.
That's why I hit somebody, not hit somebody, but I've hit some shit and kept going too. I remember one time when I
Okay,
was
wait a minute.
oh yeah, I just took over your car accident.
No, no, no. It's not that. Literally, in the same breath, you said, "I don't even understand how people can just drive away on a hit and run." I hit someone, and I had drugs and stuff in the car.
But
What?
see,
You
yeah,
did
but
it.
but see,
You.
I'm saying it was like I didn't want to, I had to,
And
because
that
I was
probably was their argument. I didn't
yeah.
want to. I have to. That's
Yeah,
their car. He probably was like, "Oh, one, two, oh, I'm out of here."
that you could be right. That could have been the reason why they did it, or
And they dipped out. I was like, "All right, thank you.
I mean, or I guess he
Good
could have
looking
had
out."
a bunch of warrants or something. But I mean, shit, they could have just had no license, no insurance, and no way to pay for that. But and their car wasn't that damaged. The one who took off,
We don't know. A witness said, they said they were gone. Or
I
like,
know after that. I mean, I know you was just shake. I know you couldn't believe that shit.
no, because first it happened so fast that I don't know. All I know is that I looked up and I was just spinning. I was seeing the entire freeway, and I was just like, okay. And I saw cars zipping and trying to, and I was
What
just
time
like,
of the day was it?
oh, this was like almost 3 o'clock. So in
Right
the
before
afternoon,
rush hour? Oh, I mean, like at the start of rush hour, basically.
but there is traffic where the 101 and the 405 meet. So there's
Always.
always traffic there.
Yeah,
so,
it's always. That's by my house. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. It's always traffic there.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna need another guardian angel. This is ridiculous. Because
Damn.
people in LA cannot drive. I was in another 4-car accident, but I was parked this time. I had 4 auditions that week. I had booked 2, so I was celebrating.
Oh yeah.
So I go to this restaurant. Instead of going park inside, I was like, oh, let me just park in the front.
On the
I
street.
park the moment I parked. I look in my rear view. I'm like, oh, that car looks like it's about to, and it hit us. And then it pushed me into another car. So a truck hit a car. The car flew into me and it pushed me into an SUV. So my Toyota Tercel 4-door just started to close on itself. The doors overlapped.
How long ago was this?
God, this was some time ago.
So I mean, like, so in the last, so you had multiple accidents you've been involved in, none of them being your fault.
Right? That's what I'm like, LA,
Wow.
y'all cannot drive.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Cannot.
That's crazy.
The other time I was at a red light, but again, y'all can't drive. Right? I need to stop stopping. It's ridiculous.
Damn. So this is your third accident in what? How many years?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, the other one was some time ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all
I
just
thought you
can't
meant
drive.
like.
LA people cannot drive.
I mean, it's a lot of traffic. I mean, too. I mean, that's
Yeah,
part
I know.
of it.
And the sun is in your eye, and your hair, and your headshot is blinking at you. I know. I get
Yeah,
it.
and unfortunately, these days, most accidents are caused by people on their cell phones. That's the biggest reason why people have accidents. I mean, and to be honest, I mean, if we really think about it, being on your cell phone, that's more dangerous than drunk driving. Because at least if you're drunk driving, you're trying to pay attention, unless you pass the fuck out. But other than that, you're trying to pay attention. When you're on your phone, you're not paying no fucking attention.
You're not.
That shit's dangerous.
And there's always that shock because you're looking down. Oh.
I remember one time when I used to drink and drive. I remember one time I had a wreck. Like I don't know what I hit to this day. I don't know what I hit. All I know is I made it to the house, and the next day when I came out and looked at my car all dented up, I was like, what the fuck happened to my car? Like I couldn't remember. It took me like
you
a
could
half.
have hit someone or something.
Yeah, it took me about a half an hour to realize that that I hit something that night. Like I had.
So this was like 20, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this was a long time.
Yeah.
This was when I was young and out drinking and driving and didn't give a fuck. This was yeah. I mean, this was a long time ago. But I was like, it took me a while that day before I remembered. I said, oh shit, I had an accident last night. I hit something. I don't know what the fuck I hit. But I came out in the morning like flabbergasted, like, what the fuck happened to my car?
Just a murderer coming out, just.
Yeah, like, how did my car get dented in this underground parking?
Yeah, who left their face imprint on my car. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it was smashed. It was a good amount of damage. It wasn't just a little
So
bit.
you wrecked.
Yeah, I hit
Wrecked
some
some.
shit. Yeah, yeah. But see, yeah, that was boy.
All right. Well,
Yeah, but now no, they can't do that no more.
no.
We're too old for that shit. That was when I was young, and when you just didn't give a fuck. Same as riding around with drugs and guns and all that shit and drinking and oh
No,
man.
there's some old people that still have guns and
Yeah, and still drink and drive. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, cause sometimes, yeah, cause I have a relative who's in his 60s still getting DUIs. I'm like, come on, man, how you get a DUI and you in your 60s? Like, at what point are you gonna fucking stop? Like, if you still drinking and driving at that point, I mean, hey, especially nowadays, too much transportation that you can get, even though it was there, Uber and Lyft, all that shit now, it makes it, no reason. There was no reason back then, but there's really no
yeah.
reason now. Yeah. So,
Agreed.
what else has been happening? How the show? I see the shows. You've been looking a lot busier. I see you out there
Yeah.
working.
Oh, so I'm doing Levity Live on. Actually, I'm doing a couple shows before that, but Levity Live on April 1st. I'm taking Jamal's
April
job.
1st. Oh yeah. April. This is January.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Still thinking it's next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
I
the
was
same
like,
thing
damn,
earlier.
April. That's a long time, but no, it's
Wow,
not.
that's like 8 months. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay. Yeah. So I have. Well, February I have 2 comedy shows. I need to look on to see what that is.
What have you learned as a comedian since the last time you was on the podcast? Tell me some things that you've learned by being on stage.
How to take my time. I had my first heckler, but it wasn't really a heckler. They were just like, I guess, agreeing with me. Like, yeah, that's right, girl. And I was like, what she said? I was like, is that a heckle? What? I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
you
too
agreed.
funny.
Oh, yes, girlfriend. I see you. But then I noticed if you keep doing that, they then start to talk to you, and it's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yes.
I'm still trying to talk to these other people.
It's a real craft dealing with people that are talking. I mean, because sometimes, people say stuff and they're not trying to heckle. They just say some things, but it's a thin line on how far you can like let them say something or speak to them, whatever, and then to be able to shut it off so they don't just keep going all night. So that was the first time somebody said something. And so, like, how many shows have you done so far? You just an estimate in your career?
Christ, a lot.
Couple hundred?
Yeah.
Okay, so man, so okay, so wow, it took a long time before somebody even said anything. So, but that's a good thing, because, during my career, honestly, I haven't had too many hecklers. I mean, for the thousands of shows I've done, haven't had too many. But you see some comedians, like, every time they perform,
Yeah.
people are because some people's material warrants heckling, like certain things they say and the way they say it, it makes people react and say something. I just try to make my set so much about me and what I'm going through that people normally just sit there and be quiet. I've been pretty fortunate for the most part. Haven't had too much nonsense. But like I said, I see some people that get, people heckle and make comments every time they perform.
No, there's a comic. He's a white guy with red hair, Hoffman, I think his name is. But he has a whole video on heckling on all his shows that people heckling him.
Yes.
And I'm like, damn, is it really like that? But
Yeah, and see what it
it's
is.
not.
And then he's known for it. So like people it's people
Yeah, I
that
guess
probably
feed
know
him,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, they like, okay, they buy their ticket knowing they gonna go and try to heckle him because
But
that's
he
what,
destroys them though.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yes.
why would you? But I guess some people do like that. But no, I'm happy. Yeah, don't heckle me. Just enjoy the show. I have a lot of energy and good stuff to tell you. So.
That's,
The other job I'm taking from Jamal is I'm doing the Oxnard Jazz Music Festival. That's in September 11th.
oh yeah, that's a big thing every year.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so happy. Thank you, Denise Carter.
I mean,
Hey.
that's always a nice event, that
Yeah.
Chuck Dennis puts on out there in Oxnard every year. I think it's about the 5th year, and it's been growing. Plus, Chuck has been, he's been doing events out there in that area for years, so he's well known. Good dude. You'll enjoy it. It'll be a good time. Something to
Yeah, it's a
look
3
forward
weekend.
to.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
God. Yeah.
So you learn so when you say you learn to take your time, like, what made you slow down?
Oh,
Or
the
what made you
comics.
think to slow down?
I like to talk to veteran comics.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sometimes, if one is in the room, I'll ask, hey, can you know, like, look at my set, give me any pointers. And someone said, you know, when you get super excited, which is true, I tend to talk super fast because I'm like excited. I'm on stage. I'm like, yes, this is what I tell you. And I just vomit. And they were like, you know, if you take your time, you got some funny stuff, just pace.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
But I also have that fear of, because, well, I still am. When you hear that quietness sometimes, but it's that awkward quietness.
Oh, but you can't. That's a good time
That's
though.
when I'd be like, no, I need to laughter. I just need to laugh. If I hear too much of a long silent, I'm like, okay, this is too long. Because you know, comedy is like a rhythm, like you do.
Yeah, but
If I miss that beat drop, I start to freak out. I'm like,
you
okay.
can't. But see that'll come with you know, with time of doing it, and then you'll realize that when it's quiet like that, that's not a bad thing. That's a
Yeah.
good thing because then that means people are thinking too.
Someone told me people are listening.
Yeah, they're
And I was like,
listening and thinking. Yeah. If they, you know, if it's not quiet, I mean, if they're not quiet at all, then it's gonna be hard for them to really grasp what you're saying. And what'll happen is that there's some comics that we know that are funny as hell. But if you ask me this, like, I can't remember one joke they told. But they're very funny. When they're on stage, you're laughing, you're crying. But then when they finish, you like, damn, that shit was funny, but I don't remember anything. So then a lot of times when people are quiet, those are the times that those are the comics that they're gonna remember some of your material. And they might take it anywhere to the office, or they might just tell somebody, yeah, I seen Anna Jean and she said this, and this. You know, if they're laughing the whole time, they ain't gonna remember shit you said. They just gonna know you were funny.
and that's why I started working on more stories about me, and I finally got my first person. I did levity a few weeks ago, and someone came up to me and said, that story about you and your mom, wow, that's funny. And I was like, that's what I've been waiting on. In opposed to, oh wow, you were just funny, yay, funny. No, I want them to now start saying, hey, this joke you said, what, it
Yes.
hit me. That's
Oh yeah. That's when you know you're doing well,
Yeah.
no, and that's a great sign, and because that way people, I mean, you know, people they
when they start
remember that
repeating.
shit, and you know, and that's a good way, like, because if they remember the joke, in most cases they're gonna remember you, so then that's always a good thing, because I mean, a lot of times like people see and they go, you know, that's the guy that said fuck fat people or whatever, you know. I mean, one time I was in a grocery store and I could hear somebody talking behind me, and they was like, that's the guy that said fuck fat people. And I was like, damn. Out of all the shit they can remember, they remember that shit. But that's good.
That's
And
really
then
cool.
also the good thing about that is that as you develop more material like that, it's your material for always, and that, you know, that makes it hard for people to steal, you know, your jokes or whatever. Because a lot of times, you know, I mean, people steal jokes of you know, of veteran comics or whoever or whatever. But I mean, a lot of times some people, they'll look at somebody newer in the game and then hear something funny from them and then take it. And then, like, say, for instance, if somebody took one of your jokes and said it on TV, then people hear you say it, they'll think you stole it from that person.
That is
But the stuff about you and your family and those scenarios is very hard for people to steal. So the more of that type of material you can develop, you know, the better off you'll be.
So I go home a lot to New York, and I do sets. So I was at the Creek and Cave, but this was just an open mic. So I went up there, worked on some material, talking about me going to Catholic school. Got off stage, two comics go up. The second comic did my joke. The other comics, they turned and looked at me and said, wait, didn't you just
Damn, he
say that?
just,
And I was like, I just said that
I mean,
in my face. I was like, oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's absolutely crazy. I mean, I could see if they stole a joke and they knew you from before and they stole. I mean,
No, he just repeated my Catholic, and this girl turned around and looked at me and was like, didn't you just say that? And I was like, I did. Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
wow, man,
I was like, but that's
that's
New
a
York balls. That's
yeah,
New York.
that's a
I was like, see,
shocker. I don't know if I've
that's New
ever
York
seen
right
that
there
in
for
my
you.
career. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody just take it that same night, like, and go
Yeah, I was
right
like,
back with it.
I was like, but
I don't think I've seen that
it's
one.
an open mic. It's not that. But I was like, hey, maybe he's trying to work out my material for me. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I
Wow.
know. We sat there, we're like, I don't know what to say.
So how many? So how's your act growing? Like, I mean, how comfortable do you feel? How many solid minutes do you have at this point? And you can
Right
tell
now,
you.
I feel like I do have a solid 20. I'm about to actually do to. Oh, I'm in a black woman in comedy festival. So I got invited to my first comedy festival. That's right. That's happening. I think it's in April. So I got into this festival last year, and my dream is that I want to be invited to festivals because they're expensive to keep, submitting to get in. So this year they asked me, "Hey, would you like to host? We'll give you 20 minutes plus 2 hours of hosting during the festival." And I was like, "Yes and yes."
Oh,
What?
so where's that at?
That's going to be in Hollywood at Dow Comedy Studios. It's on Wilshire.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes, so happy about that.
Well, that's good. You
See, I almost died and missed all this good stuff. Like, what's up?
that's funny. That's funny. I know. I just thought about it too. I was like, I know the insurance agent. Like, fuck, they damn near know you now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been on the phone chit-chatting and everything. Because apparently there's some law in California that if I guess with a hit and run, if 3 cars get hit, the third car can go after the first 2. So since the first car left, I'm the only one standing.
Hold on. The first car left. So what do you mean you the only one
So
standing?
if the way they were explaining to me, they said that if there's hit and run, if it's a hit and run and there's more than 2 cars and 1 car leaves, the third car can go after either the first or the second car.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you can sue them.
They can come after either me or the first car. I'm the second car. So the third person that car was totaled, he can come after either me or the first car. But the first car left, and now I'm here.
So they gonna come after you?
Merry Christmas! Oh wait, Christmas passed.
Oh man, I was just
But
about.
that's why you're supposed to have insurance. So
Yeah. I was just about to. Yeah. They gonna. Yeah, they. Well, actually, yeah, they ain't coming after you. They gonna sue the insurance company. But wow.
right? I didn't even. I was like,
So you
oh,
damn
I
near got
didn't-
killed, and you getting the blame for the shit. Wow, that's fucked
yeah.
up.
So they had a great Christmas. They had a great Christmas. I know they pre-ordered all. I know I would have. I would have been like, I want all the TVs at Walmart. I want.
They probably called. They probably called Sweet James on your ass, huh? Sweet James, the big
Wait, what's we drink? What is
personal injury attorney.
that? Well,
They ain't. They didn't say they was hurt or anything.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sure they gonna max this shit out.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because I did get because I was trying to take a picture of their license and their total car. So I do have a picture of both of the parties like standing outside the car. But I still wouldn't be surprised if they showed up in like wheelchairs and neck brace, CNI dog, like the
Oh,
whole.
yeah.
I would have.
What? I know. Yeah.
Eye patch. I was like, I'm all the way messed up. I wasn't even in the car, but yes,
What?
I felt it.
What race were they?
Black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they know the game.
Yeah, they were cleaning bottles as their car was getting to. They were like, "What? We just
Yeah, they probably
who won the lottery?"
have a personal injury lawyer in their phone. Black
Yeah.
people do. We know the call when some shit go down. We got a relative. We got somebody who's connected with the lawyer. We might not know the lawyer, but we know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can get in touch with the motherfucker who can get a settlement when we've been ran in the back of. Oh, yeah. Black people definitely know that shit. I remember one time I had an accident here in LA years ago. Somebody like bumped into me or whatever. It wasn't even nothing major. And there was a motherfucker that popped up at the scene like, I can plug you with a lawyer. Like he was right there. Like I'm like, damn, how the fuck did you get to me this fast? Like he was just riding down the street and seeing the cars and like pulled over. He knew somebody. And
Well,
I ended up working.
praying the Lord's
I ended up
peace.
working that situation, if I recall. I think I got about 10 racks or something. Yeah, went to the doctor for a month or 2, whatever it was, and got a little bit of bread. Yeah, and this was just some nigga I never seen him before in my life. He just said, man, I know somebody. And I was still, you
So
know.
off a tap, you got 10.
Yeah, it was a decent, it wasn't,
Was it in L.A.?
Yeah, it was here in L.A. It was a decent.
Well, I hope they don't find that.
It was a decent. It was a decent.
Come on,
tap.
God, come on.
It was a decent tap, but yeah, they gonna raise the insurance. I was gonna say you ain't gonna have to pay it, but obviously, but they gonna raise the insurance on you. Damn.
That's why I said they had a great Christmas. They were high.
Or no,
they probably were high-fiving
They ain't
and
got the
everything.
money yet. They gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a great one the next one.
Yeah, let me tell you about
2021. I mean, the end of the 2020 Christmas gonna be the shit.
Yeah.
They got in an accident at the beginning of the year, so Yeah, you know it take a little bit to get the
No,
money. They got to go to therapy and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Damn. Well, you know what? Yeah, the
Leave
good
it in
thing.
God's hand. That's
Yeah,
all I
you
can
had
do.
insurance and
I'm alive,
you
and
ain't
that's
hurt.
good. Yeah, right. No broken bones. Yeah.
That's all that matter. So
All right, let's talk about some happy stuff. Loni Love.
yeah,
Isn't that your
uh
friend?
yeah, I don't know where to begin with this situation with Lonnie Love and the statement she made. She got Black America just
Black Twitter
black.
had me in
Yeah,
tears.
everybody's upset with Lonnie, and uh, I'm I'm kind of really at a loss for words when I'm normally not at a loss for words. But you know, I've been knowing Lonnie almost ever since I started doing comedy. At the beginning of my comedy career, I met Lonnie. I mean, some of my first road gigs, me and Lonnie went on together. Lonnie's always been funny. I mean, worked hard for years to get where she's at. You know, went through a lot of shit on the way, like a lot of people do, like, you know, like comedians do in general,
Yeah.
but especially, you know, female comedians, because sometimes in certain cases, you know, they go through more than the men go through. Uh, but Lonnie worked her way up, was always very proud of her, always respected her hustle and everything. But her latest statements that she made on her show, was it Real Talk?
No,
I
the talk.
Yeah, that talk. I don't know where I got Real Talk from.
It sounds like you
Uh,
about to do that real talk.
oh yeah, the real. See,
Yeah,
you
the real.
fucked it up too. You
Wait,
said
what
the
is it?
talk.
Oh,
Yeah, see, you fucked it up. See, we both was wrong. Cause I'm so
ain't
shook.
nobody was. Sorry.
I'm so shook up by, you know, what she said.
Well, tell me what she said.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the clip of what Lonnie Love said about black men on the show The Talk.
I don't speak for the black community, but I do think that a lot of black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Lonnie Love is saying things.
And that is something we need to work on. We need to work on that. That
Together.
money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever
I think
you want to
sadly
do.
in so many cultures that is the whole machismo thing, like that goes across the board. But I'm gonna
No,
say
it's not across the board, because what is happening is that we are still dealing with the point of slavery, and we are descendants of slavery. And because our families were broken up, we still do not have an idea of how to have together families, because our families were broken up.
Yes,
and until we really
from that
start.
perspective, I absolutely,
Right.
I absolutely
Not
get
just
that.
slavery, welfare reform in the 60s
Yes.
and stuff. Like, this is a long.
Longer
So when you
conversation.
That's another
hear
show.
because I want to say, when you hear Joe Budden say, you know, well, you know, he worked so hard, it's not a bad thing. He's saying, you know, Kevin don't want to be poor no more. Okay, so he's like, let me go out here and make this money, because I don't want to go back to where I was in Philly. So what he was saying was, he was using it as an excuse, and we modernize it and say, but that's not, no, but you got to understand the whole psychology behind it. That's the reason why he's working so hard, because he don't want to go back to where he came from, because then he'll lose the power.
And
he'll
him
lose
working
the
so
thing.
hard is affecting his relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is a
Conundrum.
correct.
Well,
Who?
Okay, before we start, I want to.
the internet is full of all sorts of things.
Oh, okay. That is not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, thank you, Joy Kersey Freeman, for that lovely compliment. You are awesome. Okay, now we can. She had a little note for me. Okay. Whatever.
Okay, man. Lonnie.
Right? Shots
Uh,
fired. Well,
I'm
black
trying
man,
to
how you
figure out.
feeling?
I'm trying to figure out where to start with this. Okay, first of all, I'll kind of start where she started. Okay, she said that black men don't know how to be faithful, and basically because of slavery. There's a lot of things that still affect black people in America because of slavery. There's, you know, a lot of things I can think of. I don't know if cheating is one of them. I mean, the fact that her saying that black men don't know how to be faithful, that's just so ridiculous. I mean, because everybody cheats. Black men cheat, white men cheat, Asian men cheat, Latino men cheat, women cheat. Black women cheat, white women cheat, Asian women cheat.
Black women don't cheat.
Yes, they do. I mean, I've cheated and I've been cheated on. And I've been cheated on by all different types of people,
That
different.
sounds like other races. That's not
Yes,
us. Black
so
women
that's
do
what I'm
not.
saying. I would never I don't think it's just, you can't single out one race, and especially for a black woman of Loni's stature with the platform that she has to sit there and tell the world that black men don't know how to be faithful when she has a white man.
Right.
I'm disgusted. I mean, I'm trying to not be so upset about. I mean, I try to think of shit that let me see her point, and but to just throw a general statement about the black men just don't know how to be faithful, and then to
And she
think
said
about
a lot
the
of
rich,
black men.
and then it say rich men, and that's
that was
not
silly.
true. I mean, yes, I would say yes, more. The more money a man has, maybe the more he could cheat, because he has more resources. So I could go with that just on that aspect of the resources. But I know plenty poor men who cheat too. I mean, it has nothing to do with money. I know people living check to check who cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I didn't agree with her blanket statement at all.
and I guess it's just, I don't know, it comes across worse. Well, I don't know. You know what? No, it is. I was thinking to myself, maybe it's worse in Black America's eyes when it comes to what Loni said, because she has a white boyfriend.
Yes.
But
I was about to say
but
that.
that affects it a little bit, but not a whole lot. If she was with a black man, it would still be fucked up. If she was with a Latino man,
I don't think she would have said if she was with a black man.
yeah, that would have been, yeah, that's true too. And now, wow, that makes it even,
Because Terrell would have been like, nah.
and that, I mean, like, yeah, how you gonna go out there and say that shit?
Yeah.
And she's
Jamal's
probably
calling in. Jamal wants to call in. He just sent a text. But I agree with the whole money thing. I'm like, please, show me a rich white man that has a wife his age. I'll wait. No, let me stop. That was terrible. That was also another blanket statement.
wow, but that's the truth. That's the truth. You said, show me a rich white man. Wow. I mean, because, shit, that's just an example. Look how Martin Sheen. Is it Martin? Yeah, the dad. Ain't his name Martin? Yeah, Charlie's dad, Martin, right? Yeah. He about 40 years older than his wife. Captain Zeta-Jones, about 40 years older than her.
Yeah.
I think I seen some shit one time back when I think he's older than her father.
Damn.
Yeah. But anyway, we regressed. But waiting on Jamal to call in. He's furious about this shit. And he's upset too because we know Loni Love. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
I
false
know some
statement.
relationships that Loni was in, and I think, she could feel this way, but shit. I mean, she made choices to be with certain people. And everybody makes choices, to be with certain people. And because that person doesn't end up being right, to just put that out there on everybody. And
also, you
it's
have to
fucked
look
up.
at yourself. If you keep attracting like the same guys, after a while, it's not the guys. It's like, who are you attracting? Because I've always dated fabulous men. And actually, I'm still friends with all of my exes, I feel like. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
you
have one
so
I hate.
close with Jamal. You sitting there doing the podcast.
Oh, he
Hell
be aight.
yeah.
Well, Jamal's at the bottom. I'm sorry.
So I mean, have you dated other races of men?
I have dated Puerto Rican and because I'm from New York, Dominican and whatever, but I haven't dated a white guy yet.
Why? Is it just the fact you haven't met one that that you haven't come across one that you would date, or is it the fact you wouldn't date them at all? Or are
Oh
you
no no
open
no
to
no
it?
no. I would date a white guy. I would date whoever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just treat me right. It's just that like right now, well, my boyfriend is black, but just treat me right. That's
Okay.
about it. I don't care about skin color.
Okay. And
But
so
I do
what's
prefer
your,
my black
and
men,
like,
though, so.
what's your experience? In your dating life, have you experienced a lot of cheating that you've known of?
No,
Why you laugh?
because I started thinking about Jamal. All right, so let's.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? She gonna put the Dope Dealer podcast
So
host
Jamal.
on.
No,
on,
no, Jamal.
So y'all hear that, Dope Dealer listeners? Anna Jean just said Jamal cheated on her. She
Jamal
said
did
that.
not cheat on me. I didn't say that. I said, okay. There's a light story.
Okay. Light. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what had happened was, all
You
right.
cheated on him? Go ahead. Okay.
No. I was pretty naive. I had just came out of Catholic school. Okay, I was an angel when Jamal met me. I mean, I feel like he damn near corrupted me. Anyway, so that was okay. So when we first started dating, so we weren't girlfriend and boyfriend dating. I would like go over to his place, spend the night, whatever, hang out. I would start to leave stuff there because I'm a girl, whatever. And then one day he was like, "Hey, I have a friend coming over. I have friends coming over. You think you can maybe spend the night at your place tonight?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, sure." He was like, "Cool. You think you could take all your stuff too?
That's what Jamal said.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. All right, let me." And it wasn't until I got home I was like, "Oh, maybe it's a girl," because I don't know why. I just thought it was like, "Oh yeah, you guys are coming over. It's fine. Let me just clean up my stuff." But when I got home, I was like, "Oh no, it's a girl," because guys wouldn't care, but a girl
damn, Jamal
would.
did that. So Jamal just falling in right in. He got the black man. He cheating. He got us looking
No,
fucked up.
but
too.
we
You done
weren't
told the
girlfriend and
story on-
boyfriend. We were still dating, but well, I wasn't seeing
told-
anyone
yeah.
else only because I don't like to kiss two different people. Like, I don't know. Again, I was naive, just out of Catholic school, nice. But
Yeah.
when he said that, when I got home, I was like, okay. But then we became girlfriend boyfriend. That was awesome. Now a
And
year,
then,
no, I'm sorry, 11 months into the relationship, Jamal goes, "Hey, I'm going to Philly to see my family and do some stage." I'm like, "Cool, knock it out." He comes back and he goes, "All right, I would like to see other people." And I was like, "Welcome back."
Jamal Doman did that?
I was like, "Welcome back."
Oh, man, I ain't never known that nigga that had no player in him like that.
Yeah. So
Damn,
then-
for
so then-
real? This nigga acting like that? Damn, my
right?
nigga Jamal?
Yours.
Damn.
So then 2 days later, he hits me up. He goes, I was just playing. I don't want to break up. I was just playing. Come on. I was just playing. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
so he juvenile Jamal, back and forth,
So we got-
fucking around.
And then the next day, he was like, "No, I was serious. We need to break up. Like, I'm good." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Damn,
it
was he
fine."
on a menstrual cycle?
Right? Called me back again. And I was just playing. I was like, "What's going on here?" So at that time, I brought a car. So I drove to his house and I was like, "Okay, last time, what do you want to do? Like, what's happening here? I can't do this back and forth." And he was like, "You know what? Yeah, I do want to break up. I'm good." I was like, "I'm getting the car." He was like, "It's good." That's when he was living on Whitley. So
Okay.
I drove to my place. A couple days later, he calls and he was like, "Okay, can I come over? I was just playing. I want to get back together." And I was like, "No." So for a whole year, he kept asking, and I said no. And then
He
he's
finally gave up?
Yeah.
And
I was like,
and he ran into you on Facebook.
yeah, I guess. And till this day, I mean, I'm seeing somebody, he's seen someone, but I still do think about like what happened in Philly, because he literally came back and was like, "All right, hey, what's up? So I would like to see other people." I'm like, I'm still like, we're still at the airport. What? No, that's a joke. I'm sorry.
He
I was like, damn.
Jamal act like he went back there and had a kid in Philly.
Yeah,
huh?
and came back and was just like, "Do I know you? Why are you here?" I was like, "Oh."
He must have went back home and got some of that old pussy and
Something
got
happened.
kind of whipped up and kind of thought that she probably told him she was gonna move out here. I'll come to LA, and then she probably end up never came, and
I don't know, but a week before our 1 year anniversary, we were broken up, so we never made it to a year.
damn, that shit happened with Jamal Loni Love. I mean, oh man,
Okay.
damn. Lonnie, and I know, I mean, I know some people that she dated and shit, and you know, so I'm
I mean,
trying
was
to.
she reckless in the datings or?
Well, I'm saying I know some guys that she dated that probably didn't treat her the best, but I don't think it was her. I mean, you know, these type of guys with what they were doing, they didn't just do her wrong. They probably was gonna
Doing
do
everyone wrong.
everybody wrong that they dealt with. It wasn't just a mistreatment of Lonnie, but
Then it goes back to watch who you're attracting.
yeah,
Because
and
after a
I'm sitting
while,
there
it's
like,
come
how
on.
long? I mean, at what point of being with this white man did she just come to this conclusion and just say, "I'm gonna tell the world that black men don't know how to be faithful"? I mean, if she'd have said, "In my experience of dating black men, a lot of them cheat," then you know I could go with that because that could be her experience. But she's making it seem like every black man cheats and no. I mean, she says doesn't know how to be faithful. I
Yeah.
mean, there's times in my life where I cheated. When I cheated, it wasn't because I didn't know how to be faithful. It's because I didn't give a fuck about being faithful. I wanted some other pussy besides the pussy I was getting, so I cheated. You know, so
Well, sounds like she's talking about you.
well, I mean, a little bit, but I mean, but like
There
I
you
said,
go.
it ain't cause I didn't know, you know, how to be faithful. And if she's making it seem like all the way from slavery we didn't know how to be faithful, that doesn't make sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I never, you know, I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandfather worked the morning shift, and my grandmother worked like the swing shift, like 3 to 11. So every day after school, it would just be me and grandpa. And my whole childhood, I never, you know, thought that my grandpa was cheating on grandma and shit like that. You know, so for her to say, you know, to make it seem like this shit been going on since the beginning of time, since slavery, yeah, cheating has, but it ain't because we didn't know. I mean, like nobody's had no role models, no, you know, like there's no kids who had both their parents. Like every family's fucked up.
Yeah, because I know who my daddy is. So
Now I don't, but still, that every family ain't fucked up. You know who yours is. I
yeah.
don't know who mine's is, and we've been searching for him on the Dope Dealer podcast.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think Lonnie's talking about you. Only because
Yeah.
she said that. I think about the family part, but because y'all don't see how how a man should treat a woman growing up. Y'all don't have that. You know, the
I
parents.
saw it. I mean, it wasn't my mom and dad, but it was my grandparents. I seen it every day, so I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know,
Well, again, it's from her experience. The guys that she's dated and they didn't turn out well. So then she said, "Forget
mean,
y'all,"
you
and
know
she got
what?
herself a white man.
Can you imagine how she's gonna feel if this white man cheat on her?
I know how Black Twitter's gonna feel, and I'm gonna get me some.
I mean,
champagne.
it's
Some popcorn
probably
for that.
it's motherfuckers right now that hope some shit come out with Lonnie and the white man that hope he cheating. They hope a story come out. And now, I mean, I wonder what he thought about this shit. He should have told. He said, "Damn, baby, you went to work and did that bullshit.
Right?
You got every black person mad at us now." He's sitting over there, you know. He like, "Damn, you would do this shit."
Like, what was the show about? Was it just about because I didn't see the show. Was it just about just
Oh, I
black
didn't see
men?
the whole episode.
Yeah, I just saw the clip.
It's so much. I mean, you know, I can't. I mean, I'm doing shit in a day anyway, but I can't watch just the whole episodes of shit like that. You know, yeah, because it ain't nothing. It's all a lot of them are just all bashing men and not and black men. She sat there.
I feel like she sounds hurt, especially with black men. It's like,
Yeah,
y'all
and-
could have
and
treated
the-
me like how this white man is now maybe kind of treating me, and he doesn't look like he's cheating, and he has both of his parents. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
And I mean, I can even go with that, but still, yeah. I mean, I had a valid point, and I guess the weed just took it right away. Dope Dealers podcast. Yeah, I wonder what he. I mean, I wonder how he feels about what he thinks, what her boyfriend thinks about this. Because now he's on the spot. Motherfuckers gonna be waiting for some shit to happen. People watching him everywhere, and
Well, it's gonna really happen because she's hosting the Essence Award. I'm sorry, the Essence Festival in New Orleans, and he said he's going too. So
it wouldn't be no problem. I mean, oh yeah, but now,
yeah,
whew, yeah, it's gonna be some. Yeah, when they when they step out in public, like people gonna be saying shit on the side. I mean, because. I mean, everybody. I mean, she's infuriated a lot of people with this, because everybody knows. Like I said, everybody knows it. People cheat. It's not just one race, or it's not just one sex. It goes both ways.
and loyalty. First of all, that's a character trait. That is not a color thing. So
That is true.
it's like, come on.
Yeah. You went deep for a minute there. Yeah, I agree
mean,
with that.
thank you. But it's like, come on, Lonnie. But no, Lonnie does feel she sounds hurt. Like, and my thing is, if you're that hurt, how about don't date anybody for a minute, just recover, and then, in opposed to coming out here and just blanket statement everyone, it's like that's not true.
And you know what? I can go with that even a little bit. I mean, we all been hurt. I mean, there's been times where certain things didn't work out, and and I mean, we can look back on situations in our life where maybe somebody did us wrong or we did somebody wrong. But I mean, what shouldn't be bothering her is the fact that, no matter what happened in the past and how wrong she felt she was done, she survived all of that. She becomes successful. She's doing well. Why not just stay positive, enjoy your relationship, enjoy the man that you with now. Be happy with him. Why are you even still thinking about shit that happened and just, I mean, yeah, what made her just wake up and say, I'm going to work and tell these motherfuckers how black men don't know how to be faithful. They wasn't brought up in a faithful household and all this type of shit. And it goes back to slavery. I mean.
Let me play devil's advocate. So I saw this couple. It was a black man, white female. The white female always seemed to have something reckless to say about black females. The black boyfriend never corrects her and actually just sometimes be like, yeah, agrees with her. And he would start to spew. So now I'm wondering, could it be the same in her relationship? Maybe he, saying some foul things and she's agreeing. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to go on my platform and I'm going to discuss what we discussed.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what? Black men ain't good. Because, yeah, me and my white man, we just had this discussion. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I did do that.
Yeah, that ain't.
And go to town.
I mean,
Which she
yeah,
did.
yeah, that would make it worse. I mean,
And he's over here cheesing in the pictures like, yeah, ha ha, ha ha.
wow. Oh man, I didn't even know what to say. I mean, because there's still some more. I mean, like I said, I just couldn't believe it. And I hate to see that someone, that I've been knowing so long and have much respect for would just paint us all like that. Between
I'm not surprised.
between Loni Love and Trump, this last week, boy, shit. His line ass. I mean, I just keep thinking that after all the lies that Trump has told, I keep thinking that, it's got to stop at some point. That he can't.
It's not gonna stop.
That he can't.
Trump is an entertainer.
That he can't top any. But no
He's
matter
gonna
what.
top it.
Yeah, he just keeps topping shit no matter what. I mean, he said he killed a man in Iraq, the Iranian general. Say he killed him because he was gonna blow up some shit. Lied about all of that.
Trump reminds me of, when you have a job that pays you really well, but you want to get fired, but you don't want to quit. So you just keep doing things and you keep pushing that envelope and just keep pushing it and hoping like, just fire me, please. But
Well, if he wanted, he wanted to push the envelope and don't get fired. Because if he wanted to get fired, he would just let these people,
No.
come and
When
be
Trump
witnesses.
won-
He's stopping everybody from telling the truth on his ass.
when Trump won, they showed how they all looked. They were all sitting in shock like, damn it, man. Damn it. Like, I didn't really want this. I was just trying to run just off a bet or something. Like, what? So
I
now
kn-
it happened and he's I don't know, because I know when I want to get fired from a job, I act up. And I act just like that. I'm lying. I'm everything bad. Like, just fire me and give me my severance package. Thank you.
You know what's crazy about? I
Because I'm
mean,
tough like that.
what trips me out is like, it's funny because you know how a lot of times you can think of when certain situations happen, you could think of like where you was at, like monumental shit in your life or whatever. Like I I can't think of where I was at when Barack Obama first became president. I can't remember where I was at. I smoked so much weed, I don't even remember where I was at. And my point is to like, all I remember is that I was emotional, but I felt great because that was the first time I was ever able to vote. Is when Barack ran for president the first time. You know, with all the felonies I had, they finally let us vote, and that was my first time
Oh,
voting.
congratulations.
So I was happy about that. Jamal calling.
I was an immigrant. I just became an American, though. But when Barack was. Yeah, I was an
wanted
immigrant,
to
so
talk
I
about-
couldn't.
Okay. So yeah, so you can so I remember I honestly can't remember where I was at when he won. But I do remember where I was at when Trump won, and that's crazy as hell. I never forget I was at the starting gate in Starting Gate Bar, Cochino, hosted by Cochino. The room's still going on in Los Alamitos, Starting Gate. I'll never forget I was there the night Trump got elected that Tuesday night performing, and the whole audience, like when they found out Trump won, it was like someone had died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll never forget that shit. But that's crazy. I can remember where Trump was at, where
I
I
was
was
at a-
at when
yeah.
Trump was elected, but I can't remember where I was at when Barack was elected.
That's happy stuff. Sad stuff, you'll remember.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yo, Dope Dealer co-host, what's good?
Hey,
What's
Jamal.
up, man? Live from the Bad Boys for Life red carpet. You know what I mean? We here. We here.
I know
just wanna
that's
call
a Philly fest, ain't it?
Why didn't you FaceTime?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you would
I
have
just, I
FaceTime.
just, I just talked. Just took a picture with Martin Lawrence. Emmett Smith is out here, so it's
Oh,
definitely
shit.
good, man, seeing everybody.
Lonnie Love out
Yeah.
there?
Y'all, Lonnie Love ain't out here, man. Lonnie, let me tell you, if I see Lonnie, I got some words for him, man, because that's some foul. I know y'all kind of touched on it already, man, but man, I just don't understand how black women, they get successful and then they get themselves a white man and then start cheating on a black man. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
again,
didn't like
to play
that, man.
devil's
And if
advocate,
and
we
if
learned
any-
it
and-
watching y'all.
See, that's what I was gonna say. If a black man do the same thing, you know, I mean, look how bad black women talk about him. You know,
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I did do that. That's where it came from. So now let us get ours. We making money. Why can't we get a little a bunny?
you can get them, but you ain't. She not to say the black men don't know how to be faithful.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, she didn't have to say that.
I mean, just tell us how you feel, Jamal, with her saying that, knowing, you know, you've been knowing Lonnie for 20 years and just how
Yeah,
far we
it's
all
just
go
like-
back.
It's just, when I speak to him, man, I got some words for him. Like, we go way back. We started in the game together. We did these urban rooms together. She blew up. I remember when she was in the finals of Star Search. I remember it was the night before the finals, and I text her, like, I don't know if people know she lost Star Search, but
Yes.
she actually won Star Search because the guy who beat her, I don't know where he at, but Lonnie Love is, almost a household name.
Yes.
So, and I remember I text her like, hey, good luck, do your thing, we praying for you, we hoping for you, and she texted back like, oh, thanks, thank you and everything, because that's how we do, we support each other, man,
Yeah.
and, we so happy, and listen, I'm so happy for Lonnie Love, Tobe, you know how far we go back, with her, man, and we happy for her success and everything,
Yeah.
man, and it's all love, but even, no matter what, it doesn't stop you getting criticized. And I just didn't like, and first thing, let's keep it 100. Since Lonnie blew up, I really haven't seen her at the urban rooms anymore. Which is all right. I know some comedians do that. Some black comedians, when they blow up, you don't see them at the rooms no more. It's like, you can't come down and just say hello and, anymore. Like, damn, you just told me
She
you
drink.
got on.
She
and
like,
just-
nah.
fuck
She
that.
she
Nah.
drink with the white people now. She don't drink in the urban rooms anymore.
Yeah, you haven't seen her
Yeah,
boyfriend?
I mean, I don't see her at the urban rooms at all no more. And she's not the only one. There's a couple comics I know who used to rock with us, and was fighting the same fight that we all three of us are fighting now. They even add Anna into the game now too.
Yeah.
And they blow up, and we don't see them no more. It's like, so that's a whole nother story. But I just didn't like what she said about that, man. Yeah, I just didn't like that, man. And when I see her, we'll talk to her, man. I know she gets
And then why? And then she.
rightfully so.
And why she act like if Kevin wasn't rich? I mean, she's made it seem like because he's wealthy, he's cheating. Like if he was poor, I mean, like she's rich. I mean, poor people cheat. All races cheat. Men cheat. Women cheat. I've cheated. I've had
Especially
bitches
rich
cheat on me.
anybody.
I mean, I don't understand how she just singling out anybody.
Yeah, everybody, listen, I cheated. You know what I mean? Listen,
Yeah, Anna Jean told us you cheated. Anna Jean told us you cheated.
Hold up.
She said you went back to Philly and you came back and you wasn't fucking with her no more. She said she don't know what happened. You must have got some of that old Philly pussy. That's what Anna just told everybody on the Dope Dealer
I don't know what
podcast.
Anna G.
Jamal,
I
you
don't know
went
what
to
Anna G talking about.
Jamal, you went to Philly.
Hold up. We not even gonna
Okay.
get on.
Yeah, she on the Lonnie.
Okay.
She making what
Okay.
Lonnie say
Okay.
correct.
No, I
But
didn't.
I'll just say this. I mean, listen. Do a lot of black men cheat? Hell
No.
yeah. But do all
No,
black
a
men
lot of
cheat?
men cheat.
No. A lot of men cheat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't just a race thing. It's just for her to say that in the position that she's in, she's in a very powerful position. She has a big, seat,
Yeah.
for it. She has a big. She has a big platform.
Yeah.
So what you say, it's consequences and repercussions to that.
And you know what?
So-
It's similar to Stephen A. Smith. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So I just didn't like that, man. And like I said, it's all love. When I see her, I'll mention it to her, and she can take it how she want to take it. But
She should have said that on stage.
it's-
like kept it for the
yeah,
stage.
it's just yeah.
Yeah,
When I come
maybe.
next
Yeah,
week-
motherfucker. You know
I come
what?
back-
That's. I agree with that. And you know what? If she'd have said that in the club, just on stage, yeah, people would have been. They wouldn't have been nowhere near as mad. I mean, there's white people at home that heard that shit that truly believe it, and there's nothing else she gonna be able to tell them now. They look at all black men like, ooh, God, they all cheat.
And then she has a white
Exactly.
man, and they're gonna be like, well, you see, she's with a white man now.
Yeah,
and
she
I-
ain't fucking with him no
next
more.
week- Next week when I come back, I got a story about her. I got an inside story about. I ain't gonna do it over the phone. I'll say it next week.
Hey,
about
but hey, I mean, can you? I mean, what if she ends up finding out that this white man cheated on her?
Oh my God, she gonna get dragged.
Hey, you know how many niggas? You know how many niggas in America hope this white man cheat on her so they could tell that bitch they told her so?
He's gonna say, I had black friends.
She's gonna get dragged, man. But hey, listen, I don't wish that on her. I hope her and the white man have a wonderful life together.
Yeah.
I wish her nothing but happiness. We don't have this type of feelings, man. But what's real is real. Dope Dealer Podcast, we speak about what's real, man. But listen, I gotta go because they're about to start the movie. I just want to call in. I want to thank Anna for coming in and holding it down for me. Thank
Of
you, Anna. so
course.
much.
Anything for you.
And listen, man. Dope Dealer
Anything for your
Podcast,
cheating ass.
I didn't say you were a cheater. I said
Hey, listen,
Right
listen,
on, homie.
stumbled. You stumbled.
I'll talk to y'all, man. Y'all be easy.
All right, have a good time.
Bye. He's
Yeah,
calling
right
and
on-
bragging like I'm taking pictures.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence and shit. Yeah,
The
that was
movie
a good.
about to start. I can't talk to y'all peasants no more.
Yeah, and he said, cause we had a couple stories about Lonnie. So yeah, he wanted. We'll tell him next week. Yeah. So you won't be here, but you'll have to listen in. Yeah, you'll
Oh, no,
hear
I
us tell
listen.
the
Oh, yeah.
story. We got some real shit to tell since she wanna front
Please.
on all the black men.
Please, because I love the Toby stories. I even put a note on their page. I was like, can Toby get to story 3? Because you did part 1, and then you did a couple of shows, and then you got back to part 2, and then you did some other shows. I'm like, can he get to part 3? What's happening here?
Part 3 is coming, and then
Jesus.
yes. Oh, and she's talking about I did part 1 and part 2 of if I sold you drugs and I paid for it. Yeah. So thank you, Anna. I'm glad you listened to that. Yeah, people.
I sent you a message that said, I feel like your story should be paid in full 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, I did get that message. Yeah. It needs,
are you gonna turn
you
it
need to
into
be
a movie?
doing something with it. Yeah. 'Cause
I think you should do something with it.
Yeah, it's a hell of a story. So, hey, we'd like to thank everybody here. Like to thank Anna Jean for coming in, holding it down for Jamal on the Dope Dealer podcast.
It's actually Anna Jean. I'm
Yeah,
Haitian,
yeah,
so, you know.
yeah.
But it's all right with you Americans. Y'all can say Anna Jean. It's cool.
Yeah, that's like my mind just went blank.
Like Wyclef Jean.
Yeah. Somebody was they was fucking up his pronunciation. I seen on something like even recently, like still, like after all these years, people still fuck it up.
Now I'll tell people my name. I'll be like Anna Jean, and they'd be like, "What Jean?" I'll be like, like Wyclef Jean. They'd be like, "Oh, of course, Wyclef Jean," and I'm like, "How is it you can say it once I say Wyclef?" Oh, Jean Benet Ramsey for the white people.
That's funny. No, that's funny.
I said that on stage, but when I say that to them, they go, "Oh, of course." And when I say a name that they recognize, they can now say my name easy. Like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jean, of course."
So, hey, episode 98, we've had a great time today. Hey, tell a friend. I mean, help us out. Tell a friend. Subscribe, rate, review. Give us a call. You have any show ideas, give us a call, 818-335-2065, 818-335-2065. Dope Dealer Podcast, Tobe Hixx, Jamal Doman, and Anna
Jean.